Hi, I'm Lyrie. For this video, we're gonna have a plated main course, and for that, I'll be needing flour, breadcrumbs, cutlets, egg, salt, and pepper for a tasty chicken fillet. First step, season all that you will use ingredients starting with egg. Eggs are plain unless you are going to season it. Add a pinch of salt and pepper, then beat it again. Cup of flour, and basically flour doesn't have a taste, and if we're going to use it for breading, might as well season it with salt and pepper so that our cutlets will have a flavor. Same as the egg and flour. Of course, I also season the breadcrumbs. I'll be using my chopping board for seasoning my cutlets. It's wide and flat and it's perfect for scrubbing salt and pepper to the chicken. Anyways, as for the cutlets, I used only one chicken breast and then I cut into 3 thin slices so it will be easier to cook in the pan. Season the cutlets with salt and pepper so the flavor will intensify. Flip it back. And season it again. Scrub the salt and pepper with your hands to spread it evenly. Next step will be breading. I will be using my 2 hands. One is for dry and the other one is for wet. I put the cutlets into the flour using my wet hand and then press it to flour. Using my left hand, I add a small amount of flour on the area where I'll be holding to flip the cutlet. Press the chicken with your dry hands and make sure that the cutlets are floured evenly. Put the cutlets up and shake it slightly to remove the excess flour. Dive it into the egg and with your wet hand flip it back so the whole cutlets will be covered by egg. Pull it up and let the extra liquids flow back. Then put the cutlets and the breadcrumbs and press the top using your wet hand. Flip it back using your dry hand and do the same thing. Here is our breaded chicken fillet. I will do the same process with my other chicken cutlet. Now that I finished breading, I put the cutlets in a container and for the meantime, set aside in a refrigerator and leave it for 30 minutes so all the ingredients will bind together. While waiting, I'm going to cook a spaghetti with sweet tomato sauce that Filipino loves, and now I'm preparing its ingredients. For that, I'll be using 1 onion that's chopped, 3 cloves of garlic minced, 4 pieces of hot dog. And since I don't have a ground meat, I replace it by cutting the bacon cut meat into small pieces because I only have that type of meat in my refrigerator. 250 grams of spaghetti, and 300 ml of sweet tomato sauce. Also, I'll be using salt, pepper, and sugar to season and adjust the taste of the sauce. First step, let's boil some water for the pasta. I put in oil so the pasta won't stick with each other once I put it in. I also added some salt for a little flavor. If the water is heated enough, add the pasta. I'm only using an electric stove, and the odd part is that whenever I remove the cover of the pot, the water will stop boiling even though the stove is on. But I'm sure that the water is heated enough. So to make sure that the pasta won't stick together, use a tongue to separate them. Continuously check the pasta to know if it's cooked. Stir it with the tongue to make sure that they don't stick together. Our pasta is almost ready, and let's wait for a few more minutes. Now our pasta is cooked. It's time for the sauce. So first step, preheat the pot. Add some oil if it's hot enough. Saute garlic for 2 minutes. And if it's brown already, add some onions and saute it for 3 minutes or until it's translucent. Add the meat and cook it until brown. meat is cooked, add the hot dogs and cook it for a while. Then add your sweet tomato sauce. Stir it. Add some salt to adjust the taste. Add salt again if you think the taste is good and not good enough yet. Taste the sauce to check its flavor. I added sugar to make sure my sauce is sweeter. Stir it and simmer the sauce until cooked. Now that the sauce is cooked, I took the chicken cutlets out of the refrigerator and let it chill for a while before I cook it. To cook our chicken fillet, preheat the pan and add medium amount of oil, just enough to cook the cutlets. If the oil is hot enough, slowly add the chicken cutlets into the pan. It's important not to crowd the food while cooking, and since my pan is small, only one chicken cutlet can fit. So leave the cutlets for 2 minutes until the side will look like this. If the side is soaked with oil, it's now the time to flip the cutlets and turn it to the other side. You know the side is cooked when it has a golden color. As for the other side, let's wait for 2 minutes again before it's cooked. And now our chicken fillet is ready. It's perfectly cooked and I like its color and texture. It's tender and easier to cut. The chicken is cooked evenly inside and with a crispy crust outside that I like. Now let's work on spaghetti. Let's add a pasta. The sauce is perfect and I love its taste. Just sweet enough, like how Filipino loves it. Let's add our chicken fillet and our plated meal is ready. Enjoy eating!